So we're back on the bus doing some work. I have not been super committed to making videos for you. I think probably because the comments have been disabled on our videos for a long time now, and I feel like I'm just talking to myself because I don't get any feedback. But I see that you're still watching, and I really do not want to let you down on this one topic, which is the topic of today's video, and that is plumbing. We are plumbing the bus, which is one of our last steps. We're getting close, guys. Really, we have some detail work to do and the shower, but plumbing is sort of my last step, as long as I don't need some more HVAC, which I might. But anyways, plumbing, this is gonna be step one of the plumbing, probably be a two-part series. I am committed to showing you how to plumb a bus. Here we go. This particular part of the plumbing, basically what we're doing is we're taking the water from the storage tank, putting it into the 12-volt water pump, and then sending it out to our water heater and then out to our runs. So here's some of the things that we have. We've got half-inch flexible vinyl hose. This is gonna get us to and from the tank. We've got these threaded brass barbs. These go straight into the tank with some pipe joint compound. This helps with waterproofing. You can also use Teflon tape. They also make plastic fittings. This one has a 90 degree. I might use it, but just to show you this, these are cheaper. They're probably fine as well. And then to make our connections, we have these hose clamps. So here is our 100-gallon water tank. I'm going to be making a bunch of connections back there. I'm going to try and show you. Wow. So here's where our connections are going. The first thing we need to do is secure that cap down there at the bottom. Then we need to put an air hose right there. We're going to put our water out right there and then water in right here. And that's going to come from like water fill hose connection. It's going to be like right out there.
Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better?
So that I just did is my air vent. It's gonna go out there once the air inlet arrives. This vinyl tubing is a lot tougher than I expected. I definitely recommend that you get yourself a PVC cutter for cleaner, quicker cuts. That was really extremely easy. All that was getting the water from the tank, which is being pulled by the water pump, and then out. Now just a few things to mention here. This water pump that I got, which is made by Seaflow. It's a 3.3 GPM water pump. It's only 35 PSI. I'm wondering if I probably should have bought the 45 PSI. We'll see. 35 might be okay. It was a good price, and I felt like the reduced water pressure was going to sort of guarantee no leaks. I don't know. But it does ask for, mostly mounted on a solid surface, which it is. It can be mounted in any orientation. I have it flat. It wants to be at least 5 feet or no more than 5 feet from the tank, which would increase vibrations and wear and tear. It's only like 2 feet from the tank. And then it wants at least 5 inches of flexible hose on either side of it, and that is also to reduce vibrations. So now I've got to go from flexible hose to PEX to complete the rest of my plumbing. Alright, special delivery. I got a bunch of PEX, some copper, and I have a ton of push fit fittings. These shark bite push fit, push to connect. This is literally the most expensive way you can plumb, not including labor. But the reality is, it's the quickest. I get to do it myself. It's modular, which I like. It's not hard stuff, so you just have to make sure you have it all planned out. I only have it half planned out. What I do is I buy a bunch of extra stuff and I return it if necessary. So let's start making some of these connections to get to the water heater. What do you guys think about my lighting setup? That'll do, right? plumbing is going well. The thing is that I've been trying to avoid using elbows because they cost like $7 each. What am I doing? But I want this install to look good and act good, and I don't want to be pushing things and bending things, which I thought I could do with the pecs. I thought I could like warp it more, but I think I'm going to have to use some more elbows. Alright, so here I am trying to save $28 plus tax by not doing elbows. Is it worth it? Probably not. But we got this here, and now I'm going to put some holes here, and that's going to be where my copper comes in. Okay, so Val helped me get this in here. We just kind of bent it and pushed it in. In the future, for my shower, I'm going to have T's coming off here, and the next one. I'm going to do a bunch of exposed stuff, but for now, this is going to go through there. Guys, we have a Skoolie visitor. You're not gonna believe this. Sam Reiser from Bus Roaming. Look at that thing. What's up, buddy? Oh my God, look at that thing. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Nice to meet you.
Hey.
Hey, I'm Justin.
Smelly.
That's okay. Nice to meet you.
Smelly. Nice to meet you.
All right, my friends. Today we gotta finish up this plumbing. Everything in here should be good. Of course, we still have some like tank management to do, but we're not worrying about that right now. Everything here should be good. We just have to make these couple connections here. Shoot, I just remembered I need an expansion tank right here. Dang it. Gotta go back to Home Depot and get that. Maybe I'll order one. Those lines go through here. We're gonna have to secure these. And then these lines come into here, and they are going to come straight down here, down that little section, and elbow into the sink, at which point they're going to get plumbed into these sink drain lines. I'm gonna push this onto that till it won't move anymore. It's very important you get it all the way on. Okay, so I got these two lines. They're ready to travel down and then out of the electrical cabinet. There's going to be just two fitting, well, four. Two here, two elbows down there. That's all that can go wrong in here. I think I'm probably gonna wrap this in tape so if it leaks, it doesn't spray. It's unfortunate to have plumbing in your electrical cabinet. I definitely agree. Wasp, dude, Wasp, get out of here. Bro, chill out. Get out of, hey, leave me alone. So now that I pushed that all the way over there, now I need a hex extension and a slip coupling. But first, I'd like to get this over to the wall. So I'm gonna use two elbows there and then extend it. Okay, so we should be good in here, except for that expansion tank that I forgot, which is gonna, I think, go there or there. Well, that was by far the least pretty way of doing that. Nobody's gonna see it. Only you and I are gonna know about that. Ready to make these connections. Now I've got to attach this faucet to the countertop. Make sure we're all good to make those connections. Guys, look at this gibberish. What? Like, what the heck does that mean? I have no idea. Really got no. Oh, okay. I gotta put this through there, don't I? Hold on. Okay, so everybody's faucet is different. Mine happens to be extremely complicated in German, so it took me a while, but I got it all good and connected and all that, and I'm ready to make my hot and cold water connections now. It's very exciting. Val and Nova are sleeping in the back, but I gotta fill the water tank, so I don't know. I'm gonna fill it. I wanna get this thing going. Okay, I take it back. I actually have some plumbing I can work on in the house. I'm gonna go do that real quick. Hopefully they wake up. I hope they get a well rested nap though. Alright guys, I did my little chore inside. These guys are still sleeping. But I can't wait any longer. I'm putting some water in this tank. Alright guys, we are filling our water tank. Val is down there checking for leaks. And I'm gonna set up this hose and be right back. That is filling. Let me just run inside and check on Val. Okay, so we did have some leaks. Nova's still sleeping, so I'm whisper talking to you. The leaks were in the hose fill and the hose out from the bottom. And I think I just didn't tighten my clamps enough. Now my clamps are tightened, like they can't be any tighter, so. Now I'm gonna fire up that pump and get some water flowing, see what happens. All right, babe, so I'm gonna connect this pump real quick.
Okay.
You should hear that pump fire up. Hopefully it'll suck some water through.
Okay. Something's happening. Oh shit. That wasn't good.
Oh shit, what?
It just sprayed water.
From where?
This side of the pump.
Anything happened?
Yeah, but it just stalled, whatever. Did you turn it off?
No, but it should have. Maybe the faucet's running.
It is?
Well, I mean, it's open.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, you know what? These guys are. Alright, let's see if it pulled water now.
Okay. It's a big moment.
Why are all the lights flickering?
Oh my god. We have running water. This is amazing. That's amazing.
That's something.
Okay, we're leak checking the pump.
Ready?
Yep.
Seem good, huh?
Yeah.
We got some gyrating pump. Doesn't seem quite right. Shouldn't be jumping like that. So, gotta figure out why that thing's jumping. Nova's still sleeping. It's been hours. I'm putting some more water in this tank. We are filling up this. We are heating up some water. And we are gonna see if we can get some hot water to come through here. Hot. Oh, we're leaking. We're leaking. So we're leaking from one of these, well, we're leaking from this braided hotline right here. I think it's got to do with this connection on this side, which would be really unfortunate because this is attached directly to faucet, and I didn't even look at how I could replace it when I was messing around with the faucet. It would. Okay, I think I'm gonna clean up and call it a day. I have that leaking hose line and my pump is just pulsing and not really putting out very much water. Well, almost no water. That's all I'm getting. And the pump is kind of doing sort of nothing. And I fixed a little bit of a leak here. I just have to tighten that more than I thought. And I also have to tighten that more than I thought. Probably means I need to tighten that too. We're okay in here. So, I don't know what's up. I checked the strainer. The pump's just not, all of a sudden it's not doing anything. So it's research time, but we'll figure it out and we'll fix it tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow we will put that gray water tank in and get ourselves some drainage and fix the problems. Okay, so yeah, plumbing is still a mess. I'm done for the day. We're not in a huge hurry to finish. I mean, I'll see you tomorrow. More plumbing. Alright guys, real quick. I was super bummed at the end of yesterday because my braided steel line was leaking on the hot side and I thought I maybe stripped it, and it's actually attached to the faucet, so you can't replace it, which I think is a silly design, but it is what it is. And we have this really beautiful faucet. We got it not used, but on Craigslist. We paid a great price for it. Nice faucets are crazy expensive. So I went to Home Depot today to get some drain stuff, and the guy there actually had some great tips for getting that thing to stop leaking. And basically he said, like, you need to, like, you can tighten it more than you think you should. I read don't over tighten it, but I was using some small channel locks and I just used some bigger ones, really cranked it down. It was still leaking, but only a tiny bit. So I'm like, all right, there's some hope. So he said use Teflon paste, which I also read don't do, but he had some very good points. Number one, it'll lubricate your threads, which will allow the knot to possibly turn a little bit more. And also, I put some on the actual little copper or brass fitting that pushes up against the valve because I thought it would help it seal better. And it did. So that's not leaking anymore. But the faucet was not flowing any water at all. And you could hear the pump kick over, but the faucet was flowing nothing. I'm like, okay, it's got to be clogged. I actually saw some dirt come out of the supply line when I was messing around with installing it and uninstalling it. So there's this thing. It's basically a pressure reducer, and it's got this quick disconnect fitting. A very cool piece of hardware, but prone to getting clogged and not that easy to take apart. But I have taken it apart, and look what I found. So that right there is all mud. I don't know how it got in there, but so look at that. That's all caca. That was completely preventing it from flowing, and I gotta go. I fixed it. I just gotta put it together without breaking it. Woo!